Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. You are live here with Endeavor Gaming. Tonight we are back on the air in Star Trek Online, running through best laid plans again to do another deep dive into the lore and see if we can solve a few more of our burning questions. So without further ado, let's just go on ahead and get into it. Here we are, back in Star Trek Online, and thank you, Bort, for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. One day, I'll get traction on the fact that my name has a U. The lore sort of behind that being that's how it's spelled on the space shuttle. But welcome in, everybody. We are live here in Star Trek Online. We are going to be running through best laid plans and focusing on that mysterious console over on the Lleiset and seeing if we can solve some mysteries here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Jeremy. Hello, Chara. Hey, Kalora. Hello, Rachel. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. But like all of the streams, we are going to start by running through the new Kittimer TFO because it's time to do the daily. And I really want that Hazard Team outfit. And hello, Arwen and Accessimir. Welcome in, and thank you for the bits, Accessimir. And hello, Kyle, over in YouTube chat. Welcome in. I might go solo this time. Just so I can get a deep dive into all of the lore. Also, now I've experienced both sides when I'm in the Lleiset, which is really cool. You know it. We got some Connie 3s here. And we've got, I apologize, I cannot call out a lot of the KDF ships by just looking at them. The Engineering Pilot Raptor. What's the name of that one's class so I can put it in my head? Ow! I've been betrayed by the warp. Hey, Flo, welcome in, welcome in. I love how this TFO starts with the warp and
7
animation.
of 9 reporting from Alliance HQ on the ground. Kittimer 2 is under attack. I repeat, Kittimer 2 is under a negative. Judging by the damage pattern, this is a coordinated...
Man, I sure hope OKEG is alright.
HQ is receiving reports of incursions across multiple sectors, but it's...
Oh, I have the wrong haircuts on here. There we go. Besley Plants is such a fun mission. Alrighty, y'all ready for this? Rev up those phasers. Oh, and I may spend some time going after the radiolytic Omni. I really want to do a full radiolytic phaser build, and now that we've got access to the Omni, I can go after it. This is the Kobayashi Maru. We really don't belong in TFO content. Please stop calling us. You know, you say that, Jeremy, but I think one of my favorite moments of all time is right when the Hydra came out, and I found out that the Kobayashi Maru gets buffed by the Hydra. So if you click that, and it's one of the, I think, 7 other pets that you have out, it will do the big phaser blast against enemies. That was a very fun realization, because when I checked the parse afterwards, seeing that the Kobayashi Maru had a kill in Wanted was one of the best things I've ever witnessed.
Timely assistance. This would have been a dark day without you.
Good. I see you assisted all the evacuation ships. I'll be monitoring the situation from the ground, but let's stay coordinated. Your ship is crucial to the defense of this system. I've got another issue. I'm receiving an incoming hail from Captain Tarzip on another check.
Alright, it's a Lachi time.
It's been long since we have seen each other.
The Kobayashi Maru fights back. Do all of the set beams have omnis? What do you mean by set beams? Not all set weapons have, like, an omni equivalent. Oh, you mean as far as, like, well, those are non-set omnis, and a lot of them do, not all of them do. One of the big ones that was missing were the radiolytics. Then there's the case of the, like, Protostar weapons. The Protostar weapons have a set Omni that was an event reward, but there wasn't a lockbox Protostar Omni.
Captain Tarzip here. We'll need a hand with our defenses.
Good luck closing those mycelial rings.
Will
I tell you, it's no better on the ground.
Without more context, you could be referring to a few redacted things, Cups. There's a redacted I'm working on, and it's coming well. It's in the very, very, very early stages of existence.
Try escorting the Liberator for added cover. I'm doing the same with civilians at HQ.
It will be wonderful.
This is Tarzip. The Liberator is initiating a resealing sequence.
Oh wow, we got somebody in the Tholian ship. I just noticed that. That's a fantastic idea, Night Forager. Man, Kittimer looks so nice.
The Liberator is in position. We are ready to begin the sealing process.
Cups, as a New Yorker, I am duty-bound to say that New York-style pizza is better than Chicago-style pizza. But I do wish you the best of luck. I am now thinking back to the stream probably about a month ago where we got really deep into the potential toppings that you could put on pizza. I think we peaked somewhere around pickles.
Now, I believe HQ needs you.
People from Chicago think that they have the best pizza, and people from New York are right in that Chicago does not have the best pizza.
Heads up. Get reports of anomalies near your location and mirror.
Please don't put Chimeran fungus on the pizza. I'm pretty sure that's how you become a
It
Chimeran.
isn't pretty. Take them out before the system's overrun with drones.
What? Char, how can you think that both of the pizzas are bad? Jeremy has the correct take on pizza and the best
Give a
take.
reality board
Yes.
to the
That is I was having this exact conversation at work yesterday. That deep dish pizza is a casserole. Definitionally, it is a casserole. The only reason it's called a pizza is because it has tomatoes and cheese and dough. But I would make the point, so does spaghetti.
Heads up, more reports of incoming mirror vortex. Close that vortex before the system's overrun by the board. Reading 2 new vortices near your location. Close them. Heads up, more reports of incoming mirror
Cereal is
vortex.
absolutely a soup.
Take out the Ethereans before they...
Thin crust pizza is just pizza. Like, original pizza had thin crust. Wine is a fruit drink. This is not Solaris, this is Star Trek Online. Is a key to shard rock candy.
Ethereans have been defeated and vortices have been closed.
I mean, if you're brave enough, it can be rock candy.
All reality
Pop-Tart.
vortices are closed.
I think it's fair to say that Pop-Tarts can be a ravioli.
Looks like resistance was not annihilated. Kittimer HQ, one of Kittimer's newly deployed planetary defense.
I want a crust that will crunch when I have a thin crust pizza. So true.
I don't know about you, but we've got some Etherean drones down here. Stay focused up there. Don't forget to deactivate those satellites.
Kalora, I
Wait, no,
think
you're
that
working
take
the new
is right up there with pineapple on pizza. It's not something that I would do, but I'm certainly not going to stop you
Getting
from doing
reports
it.
that the satellite weapon systems are powering up.
You know, that's a good point. We haven't talked about the fact that at the same time as this TFO, the Aetherians are on the ground doing something. Why are the Aetherians attacking Kittimer? Like, what could they be after? I mean, it doesn't feel like they're doing it just to go after, like, the leaders of the Alliance or something, because, frankly, if they wanted to do that, they wouldn't have to go down on the ground to do it.
All malfunctioning satellites are offline. Kittimer HQ will investigate what happened to this defense node once
That's a
everything's
good
under
point.
control. But these attacks aren't over yet. Got another issue to deal with. Situation's worse than I expected.
You could say that the situation isn't under control.
Strike force in orbit of our station.
I mean, Taket being angry is totally understandable. I wonder what the mission of the Aetherians is here, though.
Heads up, my allies tell me that Kittimer's activating its weapon.
Oh boy, I'm about to get punished by that Alliance Lance. This is gonna be
Reports show
great.
the Kittimer's engaging targeting protocols. Watch out. I've received a tip. Deplete the Kittimer's shield to cancel its lance attack.
Ooh, what if I just take away its shields? Now it has no shields.
Then, there's been deactivated. Good work. Show the Rex has been deactivated. Hit it.
Wow! Jeez! The Alliance Lance hurts so much.
Garrett's been deactivated. Very efficient.
Honestly,
Right,
when
Kittimer
this
strike force is
TFO
in
gets an elite version,
All ground and space
that is gonna
operations built.
one-shot me.
Kittimer HQ should be able to deal with any remaining stragglers and clean up the mess they left me.
I love the fact that this is like a full-on boss fight against the Alliance ships, and they get the special abilities that the player ships have too. But that Alliance Lance, oh, that thing hurts. That thing hurts on the event version. On Elite, if you're not careful, it is going to annihilate you. I don't know if it's on the table, Jeremy, but there should be an optional objective for not getting one shot by it. Vertical fleet. Ooh, speaking of vertical fleet, I should probably bring up this demo because I really, really like it. If I can find it. I think it was this one. Before we go into the mission, I'm going to show off a demo that I have because I really, really like this demo. Those of you that have seen the video will know exactly what this one is from. Let's see if I open up the right one first. Oh, fantastic. I totally did. This is by far my favorite demo that I've put together. It was so cool. I am absolutely terrified, Cheops. Oh no. Speaking of Warp Ring, there is an alternate version of this that is very, very funny. I'll bring that one up in a second too. But this was from the fleet formation thing. I spent I will call it moderate amount of time getting the ships together for this. Those of you who are part of this, thank you again. But this this was a difficult shot. But very, very fun. Very fun. I think I did this within like 2 days of them adding the Echelon because it was the last ship from the Picard Season 3 fleet that we didn't have. I was like, oh, I can finally do the thing! I've been waiting for this for so long! It was a ring of firepower. But, parallel to that, I think I can close this without showing anything too crazy. Yeah, cool. As soon as it decides to load. As soon as it decides to load. Any second now. There we go. My very modified and amazing version that takes that entire demo and replaces everything with a Packard clump ship. Speaking of warp rings, this was the real star of the show. This one was a lot of fun. You know, I could make it all Aetherian ships. That is a thing. Unfortunately, I don't have a demo of all of them warping out. That would be really cool to see, though. It's all just one clump ship glued together. So true. That'll be the new headcanon for that thing. Cheops, that is also a thing that could that would be really funny to do. Alrighty. We're getting back into best laid plans.
This is Hugh, Director of the Cooperative Borg and Borg.
Let's go. Warp me! The old ESD was very cool, but I absolutely love Soul Station. I'm sure Nick did a ton of work getting that into the game, and it is so cool to get to see. How could you say that? Also, I love the new lighting there. It is very solid. I mean, Chara, is that because you and the Iconian fleet nearly destroyed ESD? Cough, cough. Battle of Midnight. Cough, cough. Oh my gosh. If Picard taught me anything, it's that any damage done to ESD can be repaired within a few months, even if the entire station is completely knocked out of orbit.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine. I am filling in for President Okeg, whose presence was requested at Kittimer HQ instead.
Oh,
The other
poor
Alliance captains
Okeg.
recruited for this
He
mission
he
have
thought things
already
would be
received their
safer
briefs
at Kittimer.
and will be heading out shortly. When you're ready, you may take a seat to attend the conference. Until then, feel free to strategize with your allies. I will be observing from the sidelines so I can draw up a mission report once you've returned.
Santa really wants to draw up that mission report.
Ah, you're right. I should have clarified. Admiral Quinn has informed me that the priority mission is
Kittimer
indeed
uniforms are so
scheduled to
cool.
begin soon. However, your ship is taking longer to upgrade than expected. You see, we're running your systems through some desabotage diagnostics, highly experimental routines provided to us by the cooperative, but we hope it'll do the trick.
Seem very happy that Okeg is out right now and at Kittimer HQ. Hmm. Also, I like that these consoles get updated with like whatever the mission objective is going to be. Because in Scorpion's Abyss, it had the mirror Borg cubes, and now it's the Midas array. Why would we want to overthrow the Alliance, guys?
You made it. Always good to share a high-priority mission with a fellow Starfleet officer. I saw your ship docked out at one of the pylons. Let me guess. Aetherian sabotage, right? Well, if it's any consolation, I hear they're almost finished with the experimental diagnostics they're running. You'll be the first to test them out. With any luck, you'll be joining us soon for what will hopefully be my last tactical operation for quite some time. Admiral Quinn's put in a good word for me with Pete Harkins of the old Pathfinder project. Who knows? Maybe we can start up a new exploratory initiative. I haven't exactly told the other captains about that, though. Keep it to yourself.
So I have a
Focus on
question.
taking
Is
down
this
the
Sean
Aetherian
saying that he
realm
would be
and
giving
calling
up
it a day.
captaincy of the
Starfleet's
Enterprise?
counting
Or that
us.
he wants Enterprise to take on more exploratory missions instead of being like a frontline thing? I definitely take it as he wants to step away from the captain's chair and do, I guess, not captainy things, but starting up a new exploratory initiative sounds like he would still be, out on the front lines. He is saying what he is saying. Okay, so we have confirmed that Sean is saying what he is saying. So he is not currently an Aetherian spy. Confirmed. I mean, that's totally fair. I can't imagine who would take over captaincy of the Enterprise F. Sean has been, the captain of the Enterprise as long as we've been around. So true, Dewline. They'd be seeking out strange new worlds. Ooh, Flo, you bring up a great point. Maybe I should play through Fujiwara Effect too. An excuse to replay one of my favorite episodes? I mean, yeah, he's been captain of the Enterprise for 2 to 3 years, but he's been, basically on the front lines for a good long time, because he served on the Belfast, and he took part in the Federation Klingon War too, didn't he? Joke's on you, I had a coffee like an hour ago. I had to descale my espresso machine, so obviously as soon as it was done, I had to make a test cup of coffee, which turned into 2 test cups of coffee, but it's okay.
You're late, but I am pleased to see you here. The atmosphere is a little tense inside this conference room. Loris has informed us that the Dominion does not intend to partake in this mission. Their fleet is indisposed.
I wonder
In fact,
what
a
the
number of
Dominion is
allied powers are
doing.
no-shows today. Not a great start. I thought I was done with mad demigods for the foreseeable future, but it looks like we've got.
It seems like even
Jarok
Jarok is kind of not wanting to be at
Tassine
war
Faye,
right now.
but I've heard
I
she's
imagine
fine
that that's the
now.
perspective
I
of a
better
lot
ready
of the
up
major
Lleiset and
powers.
check in with my crew.
Accessimir, I will say it is 100% a worthwhile investment. My coffee machine is probably the most used appliance in my kitchen. Interesting that he mentioned join Trill, if my theory about the Chimerans are correct.
Have you come to join us in glorious battle against the Etherians? Or are you content with watching from the sidelines like a cachom? We should already be heading to our destination point, yet the Alliance leaders wish to host a conference first. I, for one, will not sit by idly and let the opportunity to strike first pass me by.
Please, have a seat.
Dude, Corrin is ready to throw hands. Like, as soon as she gets the opportunity to fight the Aetherians, she's like, oh, hell yes, I have been waiting for this. And it's funny, because, like, largely, a lot of the Aetherian dealings happen with the Federation. So, like, Corrin probably has way less direct involvement with the Aetherians. She's just ready to fight someone. Maccabi, Tribble is not down. The character transfer isn't back up yet, but they did fix the bug that was stopping people from transferring maps. So, if you already have, like, a moderately recent character copied over, then you can go onto Tribble and start doing stuff again. Corrin sounds like some people in the lore hub. Yeah, that's true. Sometime later.
Thank you all for coming. I know not all of our allies could make it today.
Even the walking in front
It's
of the
not the
monitor
first
and
time
stuff
we
is so
host a
much like what
high-priority
happens in
conference
Scorpion's
at Deep
Abyss
Space Nine
with
on the
Dax.
threats posed by the Borg. But this time, our mission feels a little more hopeful. Director?
The Cooperative and I called on the Alliance today to inform your captains that one of our nanoprobes has successfully tracked Etherian Concordium leader Tassine Faye to the Midas Array.
Tassine Faye believes she is on her way to seize control of the array and lay a trap for the Alliance. This time, we've
Understandable
come
given the
We've
circumstances,
been working
Chara.
on a strategy against the Etherians and have been tracking their trajectory for some time now.
Thanks to the Cooperative, the Midas Array has already been evacuated. Non-essential personnel have been transferred using cloaked Klingon vessels provided by Chancellor L'Rell, and false life signs intended to lure the Etherians in have been planted aboard the array with Romulan technology lent to us by Proconsul Datan.
But that's not all. A team of Cooperative scientists and I have been developing an Etherian diffusion device that we're hoping to use
It
on Tassine Faye.
glows!
Our Priority 1 tactical initiative is to ambush her by the Midas Array in order to extract and interrogate her. My fleet is currently split up in an orbit of both the Lucari homeworld and the Jarret system Dyson sphere to prevent incursions of any kind. Recent events suggest both the Lucari and Iconians are at risk. There's a high probability Tassine Faye will head to one of these locations next. As the Yasutake is stationed by the Dyson Sphere, I'll be needing a ride to the Midas Array. Fortunately, the Admiral, Chancellor, and Proconsul have sent their best ships to assist us.
And most of those ships end up
Certain
destroyed.
Aetherian technology is unable to
Which is
detect
very
a
worrying, by the way.
evacuation and false
Some of our
warp
best
signs.
ships got destroyed in this attack on the Harmony.
Ask the Tal Shi'ar, Proconsul. Our latest mission reports indicate the Aetherians were involved with them somehow.
Chancellor, you and I both know that I have no relation to the Tal Shi'ar or their nefarious activities. Besides, the
Well, then
data
I guess
found
my
aboard
ship
the
got
Harmony
destroyed
was
in this
barely
too.
legible.
As one of
It
the
could have
best
been
ships
fabricated
in
for all we know.
Starfleet.
Please, my friends. Let's
And
put our
yes,
differences
Captain
aside for the
Ronnie,
sake
it
of the
was
galaxy.
the same
We
Midas
can
Array.
discuss the details at a later date.
Because I don't believe
Our current
Starfleet ever built more
priority
than
is
one
to
of them.
safely excise Tassine Faye and defuse her, if possible.
And the Midas Array
And why
is
is
in
that exactly,
the
Admiral?
Mutara sector?
Because we believe Tassine Faye is the Aetherian Borg Queen.
And if we can get to her, we can get to her entire collective.
You are a worthy ally, Director. But are you really prepared to take on a 200,000-year-old Iconian Borg Queen?
I'm glad you asked. I've got an expert on all things Borg Queen aboard the Enterprise.
Bum 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 bum. Also, I just realized these chairs have wheels on them. Do they have wheels on them? I think they have wheels on them. I would like one of the DS9 chairs, please.
The Aetherians bring great dishonor to our galaxy. They lie, trick, deceive, and worst of all, steal from others. These smooth-headed Marchwipu do not even have the backbone to earn their spoils. We must do whatever it takes to put an end to their treachery. Good luck with your mission.
Laurel calling the Aetherians smooth-headed will never not be funny to me.
We will not stand by as the Aetherians threaten to take over the galaxy or bow before tyrants, not ancient Iconians, changeling infiltrators, Terran emperors, or even Borg queens. Good luck today.
You know, when Proconsul Datan mentions the changeling infiltrators, I assume he's referring to, like, in STO when it happened and nearly destroyed ESD, except that wasn't, like, a huge part of the Romulan story. Or is he referring to, like, some of the stuff from Picard Season 3, if some of that happened? I don't know. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, he's probably talking about... Well, I mean, yeah. I'm talking about ND, but... Should have just beeline to Kronos and surface tension.
Thanks for meeting me here. The captain should be arriving at the Midas Array any minute now. Here are the details of our mission. I've been working on a diffusion device for some time now, together with the Yasutake's first officer, Commander Duff.
Lore block reference.
In essence, we've modified Admiral Janeway's neurolytic pathogen to make it compatible with the Aetherians. Instead of neural disruption, this device uses a retroviral agent to break genetic fusion and revert drones to their pre-fusion state. Here's the catch, though. We need someone to spread this virus for us. A liberated Borg is the ideal candidate.
Lore
as
blog
they'd
gang
be able
in the
to tap
house.
into the Aetherian subspace frequencies.
Hugh's been working on a diffusion device for his new custom sets. The artifact.
That's right. Or the XB ally I've called in. If we target Tassine Faye, we should be able to sever the Aetherians from their queen. Needless to say, it's risky, and could lead to widespread chaos within her collective.
Sure.
But even if we fail, as long as we capture her, we'd still be able to use her as a bargaining chip or interrogate her. We've only got one shot at this. This is a single charge diffusion device, so we'll need to be quick and smart. Looks like I'm
You
on the
know,
fleet today,
Tassine
so
Faye is
I'll be
basically the
traveling with you.
equivalent of
Don't
Locutus,
mind.
isn't she?
I hear your ship is about ready.
Diffuse device versus specular device. Slogan:
Lieutenant
liberate
McGrath
yourself.
has informed me that your ship is ready for service. Good luck out there.
Free yourself from the shackles of Iconian rigor.
As much as I'd like to see Starfleet return to a role of discovery, I'm afraid its phasers at the ready for now. Above all else, it's imperative the Alliance remains united. A number of galactic leaders are missing today. I hope this isn't indicative of anything but a difference in priorities. Stay safe out there.
I wonder what the difference in priorities could be when the Aetherians are a threat to quite literally everyone. I mean, the Dominion I can kind of understand a little bit, but like, everybody else who's in the Alpha and Beta quadrants, I mean. Cassenta is cool, and more so than that, Kinnemer Alliance uniforms are awesome. Tiket just wants us dead. Also, man. Kagrin, who do you get to do your braids? Oh, hey! I just realized. There's a specific icon for Alliance people. It has the Fed and the Klingon logo on it. That's cool, and I have never noticed that. Huh. And Cassenta has it too. How did I never notice that? That's awesome. Yeah. And then Laurel still got the House Mokai one. That's actually really cool. He's got the cooperative one. How do you put it on? I mean, I assume you put it on like a normal shirt. I don't see why you wouldn't. You put your body through the bottom and your head comes out of the top. You can probably like undo the collar. I don't imagine it's much different from other uniforms. I guess the Odyssey one is a zip up. And then the Odyssey dress is a zipper just on the side here instead of down the middle. And then has the like shoulder clasp like the Monster Maroons do. Also, I'm sure it was on purpose, but it is very cool that the Odyssey dress uniforms kind of harken back to the Monster Maroons. With the like off-center and then the clasp over one shoulder. Very, very cool. Oh, wrong uniform. There we go. To the mission!
Damn. The Aetherians must have seen us coming somehow. Proconsul Datan was right. Let's act quickly. We need to search the system and get a debrief from the Alliance captains. Long-range sensors suggest the board STO is critically damaged. Let's go.
Wait, but before we check out the board askew and help them, Let's look at all of these destroyed ships. Also, hey! It's the Galaxy. This skybox is freaking gorgeous.
This is Captain Corrin. The Bortescue has sustained plasma conduit ruptures across several decks.
Hold your position, Captain. We'll begin repairs with a low-frequency gamma weld.
We'll be there soon. I'm just gonna check out more of the ships. After all, that's what it's really about. Man, these ships got their butts kicked. Absolutely whooped. Ha! I'm a fantastic pilot. One of the best. I'm not even sure what this would have been a piece of. Fortescue, are you okay? Yeah, I was thinking that Night Forager. It almost looked like a revelation. Arwen, I wanted stated for the record that I have played STO with a joystick before, as the game does support it. It is an experience to be had for sure. It is very much doable. There's a lot of like mapping you have to do to make it work, but it is very possible. You can map the throttle thing to actually throttle you up and down. I mapped the trigger on the back of it to fire my phasers, and then mapped the missile launch button to torpedoes, and then just had my normal key spammer running. But it is very much possible. Like, with a little bit more actual preparation, I think you could make, like, a really, really cool setup for STO. Would it be more efficient than a mouse and keyboard? No. But it would be so incredibly fun to do. The Bort is askew. Oh, right, I forgot to help fix it.
Director, I see you do not back down from a challenge. Your assistance is appreciated.
Assistance be better redirected to Lleiset. Let's move.
I fixed it. It's okay now. Everything is okay now. I wonder if it's important to note that we had to do a gamma weld on the chip to fix it. My god. Lower decks Valdor! With the shark fin! Kith Warbird! This is the pilot Warbird, but I can't remember which one. You cannot ignore it.
This is the Lleiset. Do you copy? We're being tailed by a drone ship.
Commander Jirok, this is Director Hugh. Copy that. We're on it.
Bertrand and Verunte. I love that lore blog. It's so cool. Also, man, see, this is terrifying, because this is a big ship. This is their big support carrier, isn't it? Also, What is the Aetherian de-escalator doing to the Lleiset there? I never really took the time to notice, but it's scanning it right now, isn't it? Now, why would the Aetherian de-escalator feel the need to scan the Lleiset here? You know, between that and the fact that they felt the need to beam aboard, it almost feels like they're looking for something. That's no de-escalator. It's a promise. It's about to get a promise of ferocity. Laser lance. Ow. Those torpedoes are gonna hurt it more than it's gonna hurt me. Also, can we talk about how freaking amazing Aetherian beams look? Like, look at these things. They are so good looking. I know I am actively getting shot at right now, but I'm sorry. I'm so just loving the SFX and the effects for these. I want these beams so much. They're so cool. I should probably fire back at some point. Give me your shields, please. Bonk.
Nicely done. My compliments to you, tactical officer.
You're a welcome sight. It seemed your delayed arrival is now turning out to be vital to the success of our mission. Not a conclusion I would have been able to draw by relying on logic alone.
Why fire back when the ether can welcome you with open firearms? Yeah, the Aetherian proton weapons are so cool. Where's the Enterprise?
The array. However, the exact position is unclear. The Aetherians have severed the Lleiset's comms link with the Enterprise.
Speaking of sabotage, I don't see the Aetherians anywhere. What happened here?
Full systems malfunction. Before we set off on our mission, Alliance vessels received a comprehensive security sweep at Deep Space Nine. Unfortunately, the sabotage went undetected, which is cause for concern.
Yes,
to my
yes,
knowledge,
it is.
the Aetherians have never been aboard the Lleiset. This means their plans are either being carried out remotely, or that sabotage technology was discreetly brought aboard. But
this is a very
they're here
important
all right.
paragraph
We're
in my
still
opinion.
investigating.
The
If you'd like
Aetherians
to
never
witness
went
malfunctions
aboard the
yourself,
Lleiset, but its
you can
systems
head to
failed
the Midas
anyway.
Array. The Romulan Republic did not only plant false life signs, but a surveillance system. Approved by the Alliance, of course.
Thanks, Commander. Cause for concern indeed. We'll head to the array as we search for the Enterprise.
Then a course for the array. Bum 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 bum. Also, I love that it's using the Starfleet emblem from Voyager. Let's gather some data.
Captain Sean, this is Commander Jirok. The Midas Array has been tapped. My crew is standing by.
Copy that, Commander. Fortescue, this is the Enterprise reporting in. We are in position and ready to intercept the Harmony. Captain Corrin, do you copy?
Captain, I have received an emergency transmission from the Fortescue. Cloaking technology has been compromised. The Aetherians could get a visual lock on Corrin's crew in moments if we do not act swiftly.
Damn. Well, still no sign of the Harmony.
Hmm.
And the Bortiskew is showing up on our sensors now. This is not good. Commander, could you get closer and provide a status report? The Enterprise has to maintain position.
Agreed. The Lleiset is temporarily abandoning position.
You know, what if the
Set a course for
Aetherian
the
virus
Bortiskew,
can
but keep
spread
distance.
over short distances through
Enterprise
space?
set. This
If
is
the
Commander
Enterprise
Corin.
had already been compromised,
Bortiskew. Comms have disrupted.
or the
sparkling
Bortiskew
energy
was already compromised, that could be
Captain
how it
Corin,
spread it to the
do you
Lleiset.
copy? There's no response. Enterprise, the Lleiset needs to get closer in order to scan the Bortiskew, or beam down if necessary. Wait. Enterprise, the Lleiset systems are shutting down. Something is overriding our cloaking technology. Captain Sean, do you copy? Sean? Vakel?
Thinking that it spread over comms. So one of the 3 ships probably had an Iadi on board, and it spread the virus from ship to ship. The Lleiset got, I think, screwed up when it came into range of the Bortiskew. So Enterprise gave it to Bortiskew, Bortiskew gave it to the Lleiset.
It looks like the Alliance ships were sabotaged, but at different times. As if Tassin Fey had planned to incapacitate the captains in battle. But something went wrong.
And they went down at
Why not
different
trigger the
times.
malfunctions in one go? Get everyone at the same time. And why the Bortiskew first? It all feels a little erratic. I wonder if our ambush took her by surprise after all. We need to reach
It was the
Enterprise
whale
and get to the
probes
bottom of
all
this.
along. Or the Midas array was already compromised. That's a good point. So, the Midas array starts being compromised. It spreads to the Bortiskew, and the Bortiskew sends the virus to the Lleiset, knocking it offline shortly after. And then when the Enterprise is finally weakened, that's when the Harmony is coming in and trying to take them to the other universe? Have a great night, Chara. Laura, I'm still trying to fix my Windows install. I went into the registry and started changing random values to parts of the Aetherian axiom. As it turns out, you shouldn't do that.
Look who showed up to the party. Just in time to watch my ship get towed into oblivion. Poetic.
Glad you're in such good spirits, Captain, but it's not time for goodbyes yet.
Hope class. Clark class. Alameda class. Duderstock class. It is insane that I can recognize all of these by looking at them. Clark class. Also the Alameda class. Please stop shooting at me. Oh, more ships are spawning in.
Tossing phase on that ship. Don't let it escape. I bet she's already powering up a reality vortex.
You know, Erwin, you bring up a great point. 7 is on board the Enterprise right now. You don't suppose that they would have been going after her specifically, do you? Oh no, I got hit with the Revelations console. But how could she have possibly known?
Now's our chance to disable that tractor beam.
Then again, Granddad Bex did name 7 like her full board name. So it definitely means they knew who Seven was at this point. And they knew a fair bit about it.
That's it. Harmony has been disabled.
Erwin, you might be onto something there. I didn't see any Sovereign class ships in the debris field, no. I didn't see any. I think the oldest ship that was shown here was the Gator
from getting booked on a terrifying interdimensional flight. The offer of a one-way ticket to the Etherian homeworld isn't entirely uncompelling, but it's the complementary side of assimilation I take issue with. I'd love to stay and chat about how grateful I am, but we've got an Etherian boarding party on our hands down here. What's
also,
more,
again, why would the
Commander Kiona
Aetherians
has
want to
just
beam
notified
aboard
me
the
that Tassine
Enterprise?
Faye's decided to join her little friends aboard the Enterprise. A hell of a situation we've got on our hands, but perhaps this is a blessing in disguise.
Capturing her on Alliance turf sounds like the better option. What do you say,
You're right.
Doctor?
My colleague is already aboard the Enterprise waiting for our arrival. Hopefully this gives us an advantage. Ready to beam down on your command.
Honestly, I could totally see at this point most of the Alliance powers just equating the two, even though I think that that is ultimately a mistake. I think a lot of the reason why this plan goes bad is because we're assuming that the Aetherians are exactly like the Borg. We don't really understand what fusion entails at this point. And we also have been assuming this entire point that Tassine Faye was the Borg Queen, which wasn't true. So we don't even understand how their hierarchy works at this point.
Welcome aboard the Enterprise. Here's the plan. We need to secure the ship. There's no use capturing Tassine Faye if we're fused by one of her drones. We also play by Alliance rules, which means helping any survivors we come across if we're able to.
The last
Speaking
3 digits of your
allies,
command codes.
My neural link received a ping from a subspace beacon originating from the ship's computer access room. That'll be my colleague. We'll need to team up with her to improve our odds. Remember, we need a liberated Borg to act as a conduit to defuse Tassine Faye.
You know, I haven't thought about it. I wish Char was still here, but Tefei mentions that Tassine is just a title. We haven't established that that translates to something specific, have we? Flo, I have a question. Does it translate to something?
Fellow liberated Borg, former unaffiliated vigilante to some, galactic hero to others.
Tassine.
As loyal as they come.
Her
She'll
title.
handle the rest.
My assumption is that she is the speaker for the Ether. The chosen, the Aether's chosen one.
Lead the way.
But at the end of the day, she's just another cog in the machine, which is why she's on board all of these ships. Because there's really no reason for her to not be. Also, I assume yes, based on that answer. I think it translates to something, which means I have another mission. Ow, fire still hurts. Someone took an environmental suit.
Etherian drone up ahead.
Diplomacy is futile. Fusion is formidable.
Diplomacy is futile. Not even resistance is futile. Diplomacy is futile. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Oh, Bridge Team!
The doors ahead are locked. We need to find a way to bypass security protocols.
Watch out for the circle. They did not watch out for the circle. Why do you need to see Commander Sam? How's it going in there? Uh-oh. Oh good, that can't hurt me. What be that gun? This one? This is the lowered X rifle. This is the Phaser Split Beam Rifle Special Issue. There's this one, and there's also a variant of it that looks the exact same, but is a sniper rifle. And I believe they're both in the Lobby store? And I've got my Platinum Phaser Sniper Rifle from Cryptic's 20th anniversary, that EVA Phaser Rifle. My wonderful Tommy gun. The Photon Burst thing. The Disco Full Auto Rifle. The Type 2 Phaser Pistol. The Elite Force Sniper Rifle. The dual Federation Phaser Rifles. And then that new 32nd Century Phaser Rifle. The one that can become a pistol. Oh, I know. It's gonna be fun. I'm very excited for it.
Didn't know you were a force field specialist.
I'm a specialist in a lot of things. Devin is on top of the console.
Final frontier.
Why explore the galaxy when your mind can become one with the all-knowing ether?
That Final Frontier line is very interesting. It's over, Granddad Bex. I have the high ground. Alexandra, kick him! Yeah! Woo-hoo! I love it when Alexandra drop kicks things.
I'm glad I'm not fighting these drones alone. There's something odd about the way they say their axioms. Sounds a bit familiar. The security room. I bet we can bypass lockdown protocols from inside.
You okay, buddy? Wait!
Look out for anything that might be useful.
I have to save this crew member. And check in here.
This is Commander Philippa Matthias, counselor on board the USS Enterprise. I don't know how much time we have left. The ship has been compromised. They've taken one of our ensigns and done something unspeakable to them. It's only a matter of time before they find me. Oh God, they're coming. Commander Kiona, tell the captain that...
You know, maybe Matthias escaped? Or maybe the Aetherians aren't fusing everybody. They're just taking them somewhere for something. Also, I am curious. Do I have a thing on me? Oh. I was hoping I had a fire suppression device on me. Unfortunately, I don't. Back to the mission at hand.
We need to disable security parameters to
It's
open the
all
doors to the
connected.
computer access room. I'll cover you.
The amount of times that I've heard that in the lore chat, when I saw this in the mission, I was like, oh my god. No. It's all connected. What could it mean? What does this ensign know? Tell me!
Nicely done. Let's return to the computer access room.
Low-key hallway. Hey, look, what happens if I shoot this guy before I go into the room? Oh, I don't think I can hurt him until I actually walk in here.
Your collective was imperfect. Join us so you may finally ascend.
The only thing ascending in here is my frustration with you.
Fuse and you shall know perfection. 7 of 9. Tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01.
How about you fuse with my right hook?
Yeah!
Thanks, but I've got it. What took you so long?
That was undeniably badass. The Borg do not adapt to fists. Oh hey, 7 of 9 is still on top of the console. Oh boy! Terrifying! Ah! Come on, 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 come on. Don't worry, crew member, I will save you.
So you got any tips on how to take these suckers out?
I do, actually. Shut down the transporters and compromise the reactor core.
Oh, perfect. I'll keep it in mind.
I wonder why the Aetherians would just want to be cubes. Alright, I need the Aetherians to come over here where the mines are. Come over here. Come on. Oh, that didn't work. Ah! Oh, right. I have kit module abilities for this. Click! The what? Of the things feels what about what? On the one hand, I don't want to be fused. On the other hand, the Aetherians have really good
I
structure.
was wondering who the classified contact Hugh's been speaking so highly of was. It's been a while, but...
We're
glad it's you.
classified.
I take it you're familiar with the plan. That's right. The director here also shared some tactical information with me from his time aboard the Harmony. With any luck, our game of Catch the Queen should go a little better than your last run-in with the Aetherians. High risk, high reward, I won't deny it. But our odds are good. This extraction is now happening on Alliance territory. And we've got 2 liberated Borg candidates who can act as defusion conduits.
You make a good point. Hang on, I'm receiving a message from Captain Sean. How's it going, Sean?
Alliance Task Force, this is Captain Sean. Tassine Faye is on the bridge.
Uh-oh.
This is our chance. Lead the way, 7.
We can access the bridge.
Hang
from
on,
the engineer.
I must
Follow
collect the loot.
So, Director, how confident are we feeling about this defusion device?
I'd say about 75%, give or take.
I love those odds. Those are great odds.
Reversing emitter node polarity, destabilizing force field integrity.
I love that the
Let's
engineering,
go.
main engineering on the Enterprise has a second level up here with a glass floor. Very Voyager, except bigger and cooler. I really, really like this. Like, I love Enterprise's main engineering design. It is so freaking cool. So true. Got the protomatter stuff in here as well. We did! And I believe the Inoue also had these things on it, didn't it? Big warp core. Okay. Into the turbo. Also, you know what? I never looked, but are these like readable? I cannot tell. It is hard to get the camera up to them. If only I had some magical way of bringing the camera really close in on the turbo lift thing. Find out if it says words or not. Do. I mean, it definitely does have words. I just can't read them. I see bridge and captain's ready room. Deck 2 has officers mess and escape pod access. I can't read 3 or 4. 5 has officers quarters. And I can't really read any of the other. But there are words there. Right. Upstairs we go. Oh my god, the Enterprise has a pool.
Through fusion, we are
Step away from him.
Tassim Faye was so annoyed at the very idea. Also, look! There were nanites in him! He had green glowing eyes! That man cannot be trusted! Excuse me.
Raquel Shawn, you no longer need to bear the burden of being a sole survivor. We can become one.
What on? Are you talking about my family? How the hell do you know about that?
Don't get distracted, Captain. They're messing with you.
Oh, I walked right into that. Wait, so the green ones hold you. What do the purple ones do? Oh, the purple ones just hurt me. That's interesting. Luckily, I am strong. No, that is very good to know. Red circles, bad. Or purple circles, bad. Did we get them all? No. They tempt you to step into the purple circle of pain. It looks so pretty. Bonk, bonk. Hehehe. Ah! I had no reason for walking into that. Oh, time to salvage things. Now to take the loot. Sean, are you feeling fused right now by chance?
Director, 7. I can't thank you enough. That was a close call. Once this mission is over,
You get
I'll be
one
heading back
orange.
to Deep Space Nine for repairs and repairs.
So, infinite orange
That's
hat?
if any of us make it out alive.
Repairs and repose. Sean is so done.
Enterprise, this is Commander Jirok. It's good to see you're all in one piece. Our comms are up and running again, but internal systems have been sabotaged by the Etherians, including our Singularity Core. Requesting immediate assistance.
Again, what is the point here? What is the Aetherians' plan? They boarded the Enterprise. And it seems like they might just be going after, like... Do you think that they're just going after senior staff for some reason? I mean, they left a bunch of random Enterprise crew members alive from what we saw, but they supposedly took the counselor and a few other people, and they were going after Sean. This feels extremely precise and specific. A grave misunderstanding. But it feels way too specific for anything to just be, oh, we're trying to fuse people kind of mentality. Because if they wanted to fuse everybody, they would have fused everybody on board the Enterprise as they attacked it. But they didn't. They're going after specific people, important people, people with a lot of knowledge. And I'm starting to think back to the fact that they brought up the Tal Shiar twice in this mission. It feels like the Aetherians are getting the idea that they should kind of dig in for this kind of conflict. They're learning a whole lot about us. Like, that is true. We don't know why they were targeting the Midas Array either. We have a theory as to why they were. I guess to open up really big reality vortices. But yeah, this all feels super specific. Though, I do imagine that the Midas Array is extremely important to the Aetherians' plans. I mean, the M in Midas does stand for multi-dimensional, doesn't it? I mean, this thing is, in theory, capable of communicating not just over super large distances, but over dimensions. Oh, I'm so stupid. The M does stand for Mutara. Whoopsie doodles. Once again, my nerd card is going to get taken away. Sorry, the I is for interdimensional. Which is something I should have known, considering that I made the wiki page for the Midas Array. Whoops! With a name like interdimensional, it sounds like something that the Aetherians would be after. What if they're using it to, I don't know, somehow bridge their communication with the ether? Because I look at it this way. Their tether to the ether seems really, really, really important, to the point where they will basically abandon anything to protect it. I think that somehow they need that thing to exist in this reality. Like, it is their tether to their universe. So protecting it is super duper duper important. But if they had the Midas Array, and could use that to connect to the ether, then it would basically be like a foothold into our reality. And that could be really, really important.
We can't let that Singularity Core destabilize. Its collapse could cause a chain reaction across this region of space. Our team will head to the Lleiset. Captain Sean, your crew needs you here. Let's keep in touch.
Also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how absolutely deranged do I sound coming up with these theories? I'm sure it's at least like a 6.
I'm contacting you from the bridge. The Ethereans have sabotaged the Lleiset's internal systems. We've managed to repel boarders, but they've blocked off our path to the Singularity Core. They're plotting something.
11? Fair answer. But why would they try to blow up the Midas Array? I also like that these are 2 more theories about what they could be doing. I seriously doubt that they would just be trying to blow up the Midas Array, because why would they do that? I mean, it's important to us, but I wouldn't say that it would give them a tactical advantage to blow up. Because we can already communicate over super long distances. We might have trouble communicating with the Delta Quadrant without the Midas Array, but that would be about it, right? And even then, we weren't using the Midas Array for all of our communication, at least not in 2412. I don't know. And then the other one is they're trying to collapse the Singularity to open a subspace rift. But why would they want to do that? Why are the Ethereans... actually, now that I think about it. Didn't they mention subspace being related to their tether to the ether too? That the tether was sort of working as a subspace beacon? That one seems a little bit more likely.
Many, unfortunately. To add to that, most of the ship's doors, consoles, and turbo lifts are malfunctioning. We used some of our last power reserves to beam you aboard our Singularity Core deck. I'll have to guide you remotely. Your team will need to reroute our emergency power supply to conduct repairs and access our Singularity Core. As you can see, environmental systems are offline and visibility is limited. Sending over command-level clearance codes. You'll need them to move on freely.
Ooh, we've got command codes for the Lleiset.
There are repairs to conduct
Nothing
beyond
bad I
those
could do
doors,
with
but you'll need
these.
to pick a path. Our power supply is too low to open both at the same time.
Also, I appreciate that there's already a thing built into this mission that stops multiple people from being able to open both doors at the same time, which we tested on a previous stream. We tried it. It doesn't work. The game says no.
My internal sensors are detecting a nearby oxygenation valve that needs fixing up.
Well, why would they want to conquer the quadrants?
Nice work. Power is rerouting to the valve.
Looks like you unlocked a security log.
Security log!
This is Lieutenant Zhu Terrell, Tactical Division. I am still unable to locate Sub-Commander Zionel, despite my best efforts.
Also, they took Zionel.
Ignoring most of the damage dealt by my disruptors. They locked us out and overrode all of the ship's systems, despite leaving many wounded in her wake. This Tassine Faye seemed uninterested in exchanging phaser fire with us.
See, they're not even trying to fuse everybody on board the ship. They're going straight for the core.
The Etherean's life sign was last detected in the Singularity Core room. As I am unable to
And Salon is missing too.
I will reluctantly transfer our medical unit instead, and guard the survivors until I receive new orders from my commander.
I mean, he could have been fused, but the Aetherians didn't seem super interested in fusing specific people. I mean, on board the Harmony, it looked like they were just fusing standard control drones. You know, it was random and dispassionate. Now, all of a sudden, the Aetherians are going after very specific people on each ship. And the security officer is missing. Stallone is missing, and Zion. I forget, do we ever establish what role Zionel plays? He was part of Obisek's rebellion. And he's a sub-commander. He's a Reman. Okay, so Salon is fine and safe, but Zionel is missing. Let's see. From the mission Capture the Flag, Zionel attempts to defend main engineering on the Lleiset when the ship is boarded by the Vadwar. He's the chief engineer on board the Lleiset. So, from the roster, abducted at the moment, we have the counselor from the Enterprise and attempted fusion of the captain, the chief engineer on board the Lleiset, and was there anyone missing from the board askew? I can't remember anyone specific being called. The board askew, they just put the message up on the view screen. That was confusing. With the proto-axiom.
Can't think of a good reason why a Borg queen would do that. It's also a little odd to be putting herself on the line like that, don't you think? Then again, these Etherians are Iconian Borg. Maybe their motivations are harder to determine than your average collective.
Maybe I shouldn't stand here. Basic harmonics! Oh. Open sesame.
The Lleiset looks worse for wear.
You don't say.
The ship has seen better days, no doubt about that.
The chief engineer is missing, and main engineering has been somewhat turned over.
These consoles power life support and airlocks, but the isolinear chips are misaligned.
Oh, that's narrow. So, is Salon still missing? Okay, this was the important part of today's stream. We're gonna read through this a little bit. Let me get some water before I read this aloud. TS, which I assume is Tal Shiar Survey L256, CC, Pad 2099. Location, Installation 18, Nimbus 3 Operative. Peter David. Date of birth, 2309-2344. Designation, WOS Field Agent. Counterintelligence. What does WOS stand for? Anyone got any theories on that? Newly uncovered data aboard the Starship Harmony confirms the Tal Shiar's recent suspicions. The Aetherians have been watching them, studying their knack for deception, sabotage, and infiltration. This corroborates the information we received from the redacted Resistance. Now that we know the Resistance is telling the truth, and they are not a Tal Shiar ploy designed to weed out counterintelligence operatives, I find it pertinent to share the rest of their message. You can find it. I believe in you. Oh my gosh, so it's somewhere. WOS is a thing. Okay. That's good to know. It appears that over time, differences in ideologies surrounding fusion led to a schism in their nameless hybrid society. Some struggled to maintain their original identities amidst the growing influence of their cybernetic halves, and began to question their fate as well as their agency as fused beings who had been promised total supremacy. Others praised their newfound power, preferring influence over individuality. One such hybrid, the Ether's chosen one, spoke at great lengths of the benefits of fusion, as well as the advantages of deceit as a legitimate science used to acquire knowledge. I fear that when it comes to this so-called leader of theirs, it may be too late. But I agree that if we do not try to extract her from her collective, we'll never know if it's possible in the first place. In the end, if we can't alter the tide of events, at least we can stand nearby with towels to mop up, as we always do. WOS. Well, the O is lowercase, which tells me that it's of. So, W of S. World of Socks. I think I'm onto something. Hmm. 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 Flo, is the answer somewhere in this mission? I wonder. No. Okay. That's good to know. WOS. Waffles on sticks. Are we gonna have to take a trip to Nimbus 3? It's not in the game. Before you go to Nimbus. Okay, it's not in the game. Oh, is it a reference to Peter David? Don't go to Nimbus. I know the field agent was named for him, but I think the WOS might also be a reference to something. I'm just trying to figure out what. I will think on this for a moment. Hmm. Oh! You know what? Okay. I did a quick search of Peter David because I had a feeling that it might be a reference to him. And the first line from Memory Beta on him. Peter David was an author and a self-proclaimed writer of stuff. Love it. Yeah, I think that was a great thing. I like that. Going into the blog now. The information we received from the redacted resistance. So, and the date, that's his birthday, isn't it? 23rd of September? I think this is a great tribute to him. Oh, where the Enterprise C was against the 2 Romulan ships? The date of something else recent. Was that also the day that this mission came out, if I'm not mistaken? That was also the 23rd, wasn't it? Am I getting my dates right there? Ah, gotcha. Okay. That is fantastic. The stars aligned. I do wonder why they felt the need to redact this resistance. What if it's a Chimeran resistance, and the Chimerans are actually the good guys? I am still so convinced that the Ether's chosen one was Tassine Faye. But a schism in their nameless hybrid society. There is a civil war. And I think that corroborates well with the Onslaught blog as well. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. So I think here in the Onslaught blog that this image wasn't faked. So at this point, the Aetherians had already begun fusing their bodies, but the ones that are running away are the ones that were struggling to maintain their original identities that sort of created this schism. And then there were the Aetherians that had sort of succumbed to the hive mind. And you know what? Something I am just noticing. The city behind them is being shot at with green beams here. So we're in a post-society where they fused, but this is right when the schism was starting, where the ether was slowly corrupting. And I think that's kind of an important point to make. I feel like the ether has just been corrupting the Aetherians up to this point. I don't think that they were inherently bad, but they slowly became what they are now. And the ether eliminated everything else. Let's see, Bort says, I don't know how much you should trust that image. It was used by Tassine Faye in a bid to garner sympathy and trust. That's fair. That's fair. I do think it's still important, though, that there was a schism in Aetherian culture after fusion. Because it was around the whole idea of fusion. The people that struggled to maintain their original identities amidst all this happening. And it mentions him. Game. And it was amidst the growing influence of their cybernetic halves. So at this point, they already had a bunch of cybernetics involved in them. They were questioning if all of this was really worth it. And some of them, you know, were totally on board with it. Like Tepe. And the Tal Shiar also seemed very much to think that extracting her was the best idea. But Aether's Chosen One being bolded, I think, is very important. I think that that's very much akin to, like, Locutus. Or Vox. Or Manus. There's a lot here. So, theories coming out of this particular part. The Aether's Chosen One, I think, is Tassin Fey. I think that the Redacted Resistance is a resistance of people from across the multiverse that haven't been fused by the Aetherians, but are aware of them. And have been fighting them. But I don't know what the first word of the resistance is. But I think it is very important, whatever it is. And I hope we'll get to interact with said resistance soon. I wonder if there are any hints somewhere that I'm missing as to what that resistance is. There's gotta be something, right? I gotta be missing something. Arwen, you bring up a great point. Arwen, honestly, you might not be super wrong with that. Though I do find it interesting that Proconsul Dutan mentioned that he had absolutely nothing to do with the Tal Shiar, yet this security console very much suggests that that is not true. He has agents embedded in the Tal Shiar right now. So, the lie detector test has established that that's a lie. Because Dutan most certainly has his hands. I mean, he personally doesn't, but like, this is a Republic officer. It's counterintelligence, but he's very aware of what the Tal Shiar knows then, right? I mean, he was just playing dumb the whole time of the, we don't know, I don't know anything about the Tal Shiar. I got nothing to do with them. All that stuff aboard the Harmony could have been faked, but like reasonably, he knows that that's not true. I think Iconian Resistance might be a really, really, really interesting one to do. But I maintain that what would have been an even cooler one is that this is the Borg Resistance. I mean, what if we find out that the Aetherians, I mean, were straight up lying about everything, and they were just attacking the Borg through a lot of stuff, which we found out in Axiom, you know, a lot of the stuff they talked about made it seem like the whole onslaught wasn't really from the Borg attacking them. It was everything else. And it didn't seem so down and horrible. No, it was them conquering. Imagine a Borg resistance. Also, man, I have been here for like 15 minutes just going through this console. I mean, if anyone was going to know about what happened in Aetherian society, it feels like it would have had to have been a faction that was either with the Aetherians, so like an Aetherian resistance, or the people that the Aetherians were fighting in their reality, the Borg. And welcome in. But I think that this resistance is either the Aetherians that maintain their individuality, or it's the Borg that they were fighting. Maybe they made them into all of the cubes and things. But alrighty. It's 9:46. We should continue with the mission. Let me fix up the Lleiset here. We have not heard anything about their heralds as far as I know.
Diverted from their systems.
All right, one more to go.
I love holograms of ships. They're so cool.
It worked. All right, I'm only detecting one affected area left. Let's go.
A herald resistance? That would be crazy. Like the heralds rising up against the Iconians. Because we know that, like, assuming that a lot of things played out similarly leading up to 200,000 years ago, the Iconians would have had heralds. Because they were around in our Iconia 200,000 years ago.
Great. Repairs are done, singularity room aside. Let's head back to damage control.
That would be incredible.
Thanks to your efforts, power has been restored to this deck. The Singularity Core is now accessible. Stand by to receive the room's access codes. Hold. I'm receiving a transmission from the Bortiskew.
It's fine, transmission.
Alliance Task Force, this is Captain Corrin. I have a visual on the Aetherian pit. Tassine Faye and her followers have boarded the Bortiskew.
Boarded the Bortiskew.
Treacherous drones are not holding back. This is a fight worthy of a Klingon. If you are brave, you will join us in battle.
Damn! Tassine Faye keeps jumping around. How soon do you need us on the Bortiskew? 200,000 years ago, they were just called servitors and not heralds. Good point. I lean towards the possibility that the, like, cube drones could potentially be the servitors. Because you do know that, like, those are beings. And I don't think that, at this point, the Aetherians are limited to just being Iconians. In fact, I think that all of the ground troops that we see are more likely to be them, but we saw what they did with the control board drone. I mean, it didn't have 6 eyes originally, but it does now. So clearly anybody can look like an Aetherian. Once they get fused, of course.
Hold that thought. Logistics are up and running again. Our intel indicates that the Singularity Core has been tampered with. If it collapses, it's game over. For everyone.
Oh no. We could split
Agreed.
up.
It's the only option. What's the play?
You and Seven know the internal workings of the diffusion device. I'll take the Singularity Core. Besides, I have some experience with Aetherian sabotage. So very true.
Glad you offered. I was thinking the same thing. With Commander Jirok's guidance, one person should be enough to repair the Singularity Core. But don't take too long, you're gonna miss all the fun.
I won't.
I'll guide you
Good
through
luck.
the Singularity Core repairs. For First off, equip an EV suit.
Let's go.
Captain Corin, this is 7. 2 to beam over.
Let's suit up.
The Ethereans fried some of our gravity generators. Really changes your perspective.
You know, I gotta ask, from like a gameplay mechanic, how did this work? Like, the entire map gets tilted to one side just slightly. I imagine in like STO, that's an interesting thing to pull off. I mean, I imagine you can't just take the entire map that we were just on and then tilt it to the side.
Don't mind that, it's only debris. We're due a radiation sweep. The core is the other way.
Map wizards hold it at a 35-degree angle. The most reasonable answer, honestly.
Jirok, this is Sean. I'm getting reports of Borg incursions close to the Juret Dyson sphere.
Focus on collecting data from nearby consoles. Sean, I'll contact command.
Okay, I gotta do it. To the Singularity Core! Woohoo!
One step closer to the core and you would have ended up like that VOD war.
Ow.
One step closer to the core
Ow.
and you would have ended up like that VOD war.
Ow.
This is not the Bortisque. Watch where you float.
Ow.
One does not simply approach a Singularity Core's containment field. Take care.
Okay, now I'll do mission things again.
Scans show the sabotage device you removed was sending a signal to the Harmony.
Why would they want to send a signal to the Harmony from the Singularity Core? What information could they be sending them?
Another device removed. This one was emitting a destabilizing resonance pulse.
And that one
Logistics
was
point to a final anomaly
destabilizing
past the core.
the
You'll need
Singularity
to power it down.
So they were taking information from the Lleiset, transferring it to the Harmony, and they were destabilizing the core. Again, a very specific thing to do.
It's beautiful, isn't it? The Singularity Core. Controlled chaos. Unmatched potential. Don't let that fool you, though. If the containment field fails, we'll begin to demolecularize.
Sounds painful.
Initial scans registered a single anomaly. Turns out we're dealing with a trifecta.
Any secrets left in this room, I wonder? Bum ba 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 bum ba bum ba 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 bum ba bum. Oh, I can't go through that door. Any secrets over here? Besides the big tubes? I'm stuck in the ceiling. I think I've been demo recording too much. I keep trying to use the Z key to go down, and that's not go down in live. I've gotten very used to Z being the down button. Oh, I overshot it. There we go.
Plasma conduits have been repaired. 2 more points to go. Sending you the coordinates.
So they sabotaged the plasma conduits.
Subspace anchors have been stabilized. Sending over the final coordinates.
And the subspace anchors. Trying to find a connection between these things.
This is 7. How's it going? We could use your help on the Bortisque.
Quantum diagnostics are back online.
And quantum
now that core
diagnostics.
stability has been restored, I'll reroute main power back to all systems, turn the core back on, and head down to your deck. Thank you for your assistance. I'll take over from here. Patching you through to the Bortisque.
Anything to avoid a collapsed singularity.
While my warriors have been crushing Etherean enemies through fire and flame, you have been floating around on the Lleiset, tinkering with broken technology. Enough! Now is your chance to die with honor, and put your dashekme where your mouth is. I have a lock on your coordinates. Transport in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, Captain, I'm still inside the singular. Jarok also was not waiting for us to get out before turning that singularity core back on. Rude. Also, Dewline, call me the Mothman. Corin, I'm here to help.
Good. You live to fight beside us still. The Ethereans and their spineless leader have dared to board the Bortisque and set it ablaze with their sabotage.
Board the Bortisque.
That's the spirit. You must pick up a fire suppression device if you wish to die honorably. The device, however...
You know, I don't think I've ever heard the sentence, "You must pick up a fire suppression device if you wish to die honorably" before. I would like an honorable fire suppression device.
Extinguish the flames and join your allies in battle.
Call me Firefighter Endeavor! Ba-ba-ba-bom!
Good, you're here. You're a little outnumbered.
From 2 hearts to 1, fusion is glorious.
From 2 hearts to 1. What an odd thing to say. Emergency! Emergency! We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. Ah! Aetherian Steward. I think I'll call you Stewart. Uh-oh. Ow. That wasn't very nice.
We said it would be nice to go somewhere warm for my next job. This is overkill.
Don't worry, Corin. I'll fix up your ship, since it's kind of a mess. You know, my bridge isn't this messy. I'll go ahead and point that out. Let's go, team. Stovall awaits. Why don't we just take this way? I see you.
Still no visual on Tassin Fei, but there are plenty of drones around.
They've adapted.
Can't tell if I'm inhaling smoke or if that's the taste of defeat. Where's Tassin Fei?
Ah! It does look like they changed in one of the more recent updates. A lot of the ships have different names. Like, the Aetherian Revelation used to just be called out as the Aetherian Cruiser for NPCs. Now it's called the Aetherian Revelation. And the de-escalators have changed their names too.
Corin, this is Jirok. There are reports of multiple incursions taking place in the Kittimer system.
Well, that's not good. Multiple?
Hoicha! My comms officer will notify Cadwin. May their battle be as glorious as ours.
We better keep moving. So right after this, I take it we head to Kittimer. And we fight there.
More Ethereum borders on the lower level. Stay sharp and look out for survivors.
No! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Aha! Andy, you're not being helpful at all. Never mind. What happens to them when they die? They're the only enemies I know that have a specific animation that plays when they, die. Most other factions, their bodies just disappear. But the Aetherians, no. They ascend. They become one with the ether. Oh, bye, Andy.
Alliance team, report to the mid-level of the bridge. Though these flames make for a glorious battle scene, suffocating is no way to reach Stovercore. We need to repair the Bordescue's ventilation system and clear all debris so we can find this Etherean Tachkek.
It'll be more effective if we split up. I'll work on opening up the vents.
You're right. I'll stay with Corin and help clear the debris. Seven, I recommend you and I split up in case something goes wrong on either side.
You got it. Let's get to work on these vents. Formal training or just impeccable instinct?
All instinct.
We've cleared an area of debris. Smoke is subsiding.
My internal sensors are reading one more ventilation console up ahead. Forged in fire, right? It's almost ironic now.
This is my fire extinguisher. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Something's telling me we are going about our trap the wrong way.
That's because we are. We should go on board the Harmony.
Debris has been cleared.
Ventilation's back online too. Heads up, I'm picking up on Tassin Fei's exact biosignature, but the signal is fading. I don't see her up there though. Can anyone get a visual?
Visual or not, we must clear this debris. If the Etherean leader is hiding behind it, she will die a coward.
I mean, I think basically all of the NPCs have been renamed, except for the Harmony and Tassin Fei. So that was on purpose?
Damn, she escaped.
More Etherean borders.
How do they keep bypassing all of the Alliance's security parameters?
Get over here. A Deacon Constructor. Also interesting, there are two different designs for the lieutenant rank ones. There are these stewards that have like a fork on their back, and then there are ones that have a diamond thing on their back. See? Some have the fork, but this one has a diamond. And that one had like a square backpack.
Doing on my view screen.
I'm not sure what that is on your view screen, Captain Corin.
I know what
Maybe
that
an
is on the
Ethereum
view
sabotage subroutine?
screen. Through
Either
Unity,
way,
we
no
are
sign of
victorious.
Tassine Faye.
The question
Why
is,
signature
why
is
is it
gone.
on the view screen? Through Unity, we are victorious. I find it interesting that Tassine Faye didn't use the, actual Aetherian axiom, the through fusion we are victorious. She used Unity. Which seems like a weird choice. It's the same one that's on the console that we're about to get to. But it's weird because that's what Tefei said before she was Tassine Faye. It might just be a random distinction, but it is interesting that it would be different. Because as long as we've known her, she's always said, through fusion, we are victorious. Not through unity, we are victorious. Because the axiom that we know it is, through harmony, what is it? Through harmony, we are strong. Also, Jimmy Paradox, thank you for the follow. Actually, you know where I can watch back the oh so great axiom? I know exactly where I can watch back the axiom. Obviously right here.
Through harmony, we are secure. Through unity, we are strong. Through fusion, we are victorious.
How did we land on unity? I thought that was the translation of the Aetherian text. Unless we had that translation wrong. Which I suppose is also a fair thing. Because wasn't the translation, it used Paracla, which is the word for unity. Unless it's also the word for fusion. Which I suppose wouldn't be so out of the ordinary. Yeah, they are pretty close. In that case, we might just have the translation wrong, and it does say, through fusion, we are victorious. But a follow-up question would be the same one that we had before. Why would Tassine Faye hack into the Bordescue's view screen just to make it say that over and over? I mean, obviously the Bordescue is now just completely taken over, but my assumption is that it already had been, given that the cloak failed. But I'd say the Bordescu is most certainly compromised at the moment.
Incoming transmission from Captain Sean.
Alive, but not well. Sorry to say, but Tassine Fey is back on the Enterprise. I'm opening up a multi-channel with the Lleiset.
Commander Jurok, how's the Lleiset holding
The
up?
Lleiset is stable, for now. But I suspect my vessel is next on Tassine Fey's list of destinations. What's the plan?
Know thine enemy. An Earth saying, I believe. Tassine Fey is one step ahead of us. We must get one step ahead of her.
That's pretty good, actually. The Harmony's disabled, right? In essence, the Alliance has control of it until Tassine Fey decides to initiate repairs, but that doesn't seem like her priority right now. Most of her drones are beaming onto our ships while her own shields are down. We could beam onto the Harmony while the Etherians are distracted and lay our trap there. A couple of pattern enhancers, maybe some arson, little vandalism, you know, something to get her attention. Wouldn't be on our turf anymore, but we'd have some time to set it all up.
7 of 9 supports arson on board the Harmony.
The reactor room. I remember Admiral Kumarke say something about how the core seemed important to them. Maybe we can do a little sabotage of our own.
Listen all y'all, it's a sabotage! Listen all y'all, it's a sabotage! Can't stand it! I know you planned it! I'ma set it straight! This one ain't. I like the beats and shouting!
Your assistance aboard my vessel has earned my respect. But you are mad if you think any of the Alliance captains are willing to sit out on the fight of our lifetimes. On the way to the Midas Array, Sean, Jurok, and I swore to each other that we would see this plan through to the very end. We shall join you aboard the Harmony. Commander Boroth will take over in my absence.
So Boroth is still around. He hasn't been abducted.
A worthy compromise. I accept. Our deeds today will be the ones that echo through the halls of Stovakar. Kapla!
Let's go to the Harmony.
All right. Looks like we're all accounted for. My nanoprobes are detecting a single Etherian life sign nearby. It's phasing in and out of existence. This reactor room also looks a little different since my last visit. I guess they redesigned.
Likely the Harmony's exotic interdimensional topography. Interdimensional. Just like Midas.
The life sign. It's accessed my neural transceiver and initiated contact through the collective subspace network. I think it's the reactor core. It's calling itself a tether to the ether, one of many Unimatrix chambers. Change of plans. We use the defusion device on the core instead. I get the feeling there's a chance it could spread to
So
the
this
rest of
thing is
Tassine Fey's
basically a
collective.
Unimatrix.
But we'd still need to trap her and hook her up to it to bypass any Etherian encryptions.
No, it's not.
How we figured out poison?
How do we know
I think
how
we
it
did that by
works?
looking at the
It's
dictionary, didn't
intended
we?
for a singular, partially biological life form. This is a reactor core acting as a subspace network.
I can't explain it. You weren't there when I accessed the Queen cell on board the artifact. Reconnecting to the collective as their temporary leader, it changed me. I think this ether recognizes me as a viable Borg queen.
Yep. Flo did also state that it was something that had slightly negative connotations. Also, it might point out the word in the blog. I'll be able to find out in a second.
I don't know, Seven. Injecting a whole collective with sudden individuality could have disastrous consequences.
I know you're worried, Hugh. But Picard couldn't have predicted the chaos caused by your individuality.
Picard!
Collective. We know better now. If I act as the conduit and transfer Tassine Faye's authority to me, I can program the defusion to be gradual. I've done it once, I can do it again. Trust me, I can do this.
All right. I trust you too. Remind me of the new plan.
If you scroll to the second half of the dictionary, it has translations the other way in alphabetical order. We do tend to start with that. At least I've been starting with that for a lot of it.
Lay down the pattern enhancers close to the reactor core and target it to get Tassine Faye's attention. If this works, this ether should send her a subspace transmission through the core, prompting her to return. We can then prevent her from beaming back out. Once she's trapped, I'll hook both of us up to the ether and transfer her powers to me. If we inject the pathogen straight into the core system, we should be able to defuse any drones connected to it. Gradually.
You can. I'm pretty sure that the text in there is searchable.
Can you get those pattern enhancers placed? We'll cover
No, I'm going to look at blogs. Haha. Read the console! I am writing hurriedly, as I sense the end is near. I see no other path forward than resorting to experimental biogenic fusion as a means of preventing cybernetic supremacy. What I have dubbed the inevitable onslaught is now upon us. If my calculations are correct, we will all soon speak and act as one. Our individuality will be weeded out by the enemy's poison, but our knowledge and legacy will be preserved, I hope. Farewell, Kalmanons. You shall now be Ied Namad Bolor. So, here is my thought. Cybernetic supremacy seems very similar to what the previous console on board the Lleiset was talking about. This feels like it was the taking over internally of the Aetherians by all of their Borg augmentations. What if fusion is adding new biological things to their collective that staves off the cybernetic parts from taking over? Just a random theory. I am throwing all kinds of things out there. It's also interesting that Bolor is specifically missing in action. I think he might be a member of the Resistance. Or the leader of the Resistance. But biogenetic fusion is adding new biology to a thing. So not necessarily Borg technology, but biological components to prevent cybernetic supremacy. Fusing could just be a matter of preventing the cybernetic parts of them from taking over their individuality. The poisoned mind. Such victories were not only of the body, but of the mind. As the doctrine evolved, it was further perfected. Socio-historic texts such as The Origins could no longer be allowed to exist, as they contradicted the very nature of the ether. Splinter factions of Iconian loyalists questioning the benefits of our fusion have since been eradicated. As far as we know, no one remains, not even the author of The Origins, which has since been destroyed and removed from the Aether's archive completely. I wonder who wrote The Origins. Was it Balor? But it couldn't have been Balor because he's listed as being missing in action. And they said that they eradicated everyone. But it says, as far as we know, no one remains. Which definitely suggests to me that they didn't eradicate everybody. Or everything. But the origins, I guess, must be the actual history of their race that haven't been edited by the Aether. Ivani. The Origins. And E Galore. I believe this is the one that we haven't translated yet. We haven't translated Galore yet. Or we might have, but we were just kind of touching on it earlier today in the lore chat. In fact, let me bring up the dictionary, because we were just talking about this earlier in the lore chat. I don't know how right we were with it. The Ascension. Because the direct translation, we think, was like the lift up. To lift something up. This makes me think that this one says the Ascension. And this is also Tefei's speech about how great fusion is and how much everyone should do it. The divine can only be reached by submitting to a greater power. So we may ascend to a form that words cannot begin to describe. Come, do not fear what cannot be understood by the lesser mind. Embrace it instead, wholeheartedly. Only then may we attain all the knowledge of the multiverse, for at present our bodily vessels are incapable of absorbing it. Join me, Ied Namadi. Rid yourselves of that which restrains you and holds you back from true victory. Free yourselves from the shackles of Iconian rigor. Give in to the Aether, and let it fight for you. Friends, I know you are frightened, that you doubt the efficacy and ethics of the leap of faith we are about to take, but we must trust Balor's research. It is no coincidence that it has so far propelled Iadna into its golden age. Let us go even further, together, as one. Per Pericla, Geneni Omtalagi, Tefei. Translated to, maybe, through fusion, we are strong. But I think Galore is most certainly to the Ascension. Or the Ascended. But it does seem like Balor is the one who figured out fusion and was not a huge fan of what it ended up being used for. I also believe that the Aether is very much evil in this scenario. I think that the Aetherians fusing with the Borg isn't where the problem started. I think at some point their world heart got, I don't want to say corrupted, but very much affected by all of the Borg technology, which resulted in what we're dealing with now. Because I'm definitely of the opinion that the Aether is a world heart, but it's a world heart that has gained sentience and is now basically serving as their queen. And I think Balor is not on board with that. Or maybe he did not intend for it to be used on the World Heart.
One pattern enhancer placed. 3 to go.
Hang on, sensors are picking up an incoming energy signature.
Something's coming.
Why do you choose senselessness?
Oh, she sounds angry.
You could have ascended and joined us.
Damn it, we've been teleported to the other side. There goes step 1 of our plan.
That's fair, Erwin.
She's got Sean, Corrin, and Jarak in the stasis hold. We can't let her fuse them.
Go, Lore.
We need to take down this construct to release the captains.
Alright, Flo, thanks for coming in, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. We love language studies here. Remodulate. Ow! Alright, I don't have my bridge officers.
Looks like the constructs become vulnerable to our attack.
Oh hey, I just noticed, now Golor Bex is also named and called out as Golor Bex.
Close one. Let's see what this construct's made of.
So it's interesting, for the first week, all of the Aetherian NPCs and stuff had generic names, but now they all have
And not a moment too soon. These Aetherians
more
are insufferable.
specific and detailed names. Stewards, Golor Bex is called out by name. A directed energy construct.
I'd sooner be sent to the Koskari of Breathor than delay this battle any longer.
Oh, I had to take coding classes in college, but I think it ended up being worth it. I met my girlfriend in my CS class. Oh, now wouldn't that be a fun side project? Coding in a little application to auto-translate Aetherian text. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud because I might try to do that.
Heads up, constructs vulnerable to our attacks again.
Take it down! Thanks for helping, Hugh.
Extinction eludes us. The ether endures.
Why would you want to be
Lower these
extinct?
containment fields to reach Tassin Fey.
Why would they say extinction eludes us?
On it.
It sounds like they're chasing extinction and can't find it, but that doesn't make any sense. Almost seems like Golor Bex was fighting against their own will. Hugh. Oh, I know what's going on. I think Hugh is bugged out of the map here. He's not on the platform. He's just off of it, and I can't target him anymore. Hugh is stuck! We are immortal. Me, 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 me. I think Golor Bex knocked Hugh just outside of the map. And here I was giving him crap for not helping. He couldn't help anyway. We have to free him from the shackles of Iconian rigor. Maybe if I die, he'll respawn next to me. Blah. This is how the Aetherians win. Oof. Hello, Halo. He's on the edge of glory. Well, that didn't work. I might need to beam up and come back down. We'll save you, Hugh. I just have to go back to my ship real quick. Back into best laid plan.
My nanoprobes are detecting a single
The life sign.
Oh boy.
No, it's not.
I can't.
All right.
Lay down the pattern. Can you get those pattern enhancers placed? We'll cover you.
Ah. Okay, we're gonna speedrun this part.
One pattern enhancer placed. 3 to go.
Hang on, sensors are picking up an incoming energy signature.
So am I just gonna be a cat in this cutscene? Yes. Yes, I am.
Why do you choose senselessness? You could have ascended and joined us.
I just got teleported as a cat. That is exactly what's happening here.
Damn it, we've been teleported to the other side. There goes step 1 of our plan.
She's got Sean, Corin, and Jarak in the stasis hold. We can't let her fuse them.
The cat's got a rifle.
We need to take down this construct to release the captain.
Wow, they are taking out my security escorts right now. Ow!
Looks like the constructs become vulnerable to our attack.
Come on, ambush turrets, open fire.
That was a close one. Let's see what this construct's made of.
Not a moment too soon. These Ethereans are insufferable.
Ah!
I'd sooner be fed to the Kuskari of Greco than delay this battle any longer.
That's assimilate to my weapon so quickly! Ah!
Heads up, construct's vulnerable to our attack again.
Take it down. There we go.
We need to lower these containment fields to reach Tassin Fey.
Good thing I kept the access codes. On it.
Bye, Andy. Alrighty. Take down the shield, let's go! Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Uh-oh.
She's teleported us again.
And she's called in drones for backup. We need to take her out.
Corin, Drock, let's dethrone this drone.
You thought this would be enough to stop us?
You know, Sean had that line, and when we were fighting Golor Bex, he had the perfect opportunity to say, let's destruct this construct. But he didn't.
She's on the move again.
Ow.
She's shielding herself.
I'll lower the next containment field.
Oh, wrong way. You okay there, Seven? Gravimetric
right.
hold.
Let's head for the final containment field.
Oh, look, it dropped the shield back here, too. Are there any secrets to be had? Searching. Searching. Secrets. Any secrets? I'm looking for secrets. I don't see any secrets. Oh, well. Forward to fight Tassin Fey! Yeah.
If we don't place that final pattern enhancer, she could beam out. I'm on it.
You lack harmony, guidance.
Yeah, I lack harmony, cohesion, greatness. It'll be my undoing. I've heard it all before.
So true.
Final pattern enhancer placed. She's trapped. Damn it! She keeps jumping around to restore her shields. She's rerouting power to them.
It's her halo. It's an energy redistribution node. We have to take it out.
She can pull power straight from this tether to the ether. It seems like it gives them power. Maybe that's why they want to protect it so much.
Why do you seek it no longer? Consider our offer.
Hey, what happens if I just take down Tassin Fey's shield with my concussive takedown mission?
She puts up a good fight, I'll give her that. Shame it's not enough to break our resolve.
Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh my gosh. He's gonna kill me. Oh my gosh. He's actually proving to be very difficult to deal with. Ah! Eat ball lightning. I know where you're going next. Oh, darn it. Ah! Ah! Hugh, I don't mean to rush you. But hurry up! Please. Ah.
Pattern enhancer remodulated. Her shield is down. It's now or never.
Hugh, Sean, cover us. Time to
It's
finish.
now or never.
Corey, Rock. Let's knock that halo off.
She's almost down.
There is no one left to fight beside you. The galaxy has torn itself apart.
You were just another tyrant clinging to control, Tassine Faye.
And your tyranny ends now!
Bum ba dum bum.
Restrainer.
Lowering the reactor core's containment field.
So, right now, Tassine Faye isn't super panicked.
I'm hooked up. Drag her over.
Still not super panicked.
You will not defuse the Ethereans.
Right now, she's just angry.
The best, Tassine Faye.
Think of it like this. You get to be the savior of your people.
It's your lucky day, Borg Queen.
Queen?
Security parameters disabled. Initiate.
Security parameters disabled.
Inputting the modified neurolytic pathogen into the core's data stream.
No.
And now she panicked.
No. We will not allow it.
You must comply.
Seven did not feel good about
We
saying
must
that.
not. We must protect the ether.
Watch out! She's modifying the injection stream.
It's too late. I'm in.
Whoa. And now the Chimerans have found us.
Chimerans! They must have located the Harmony.
Did it work?
Not on the core, maybe on Tassine Faye. Too early to tell.
Captains, call your ships. We're getting out of here.
Commander Kiona, this is Captain Sean. Prepare to plot a course for Deep Space Nine. We're heading back.
We did not want to deal with the Chimerans. And all of our ships are damaged. Well, mine's. Their ships are all damaged. What's the signal? What's the signal? Why is the purple?
Thanks for the ride back. Looks like your ship didn't suffer any malfunctions on the way. Lucky. You really had everybody's back today. Knowing you can be counted on even in the worst situations, well, that's as rare as a Vulcan smile. When you have a moment, the director and I would like to talk to you about Tassine Faye's future. Right now, though, I think your command wants to speak with you.
They must be summoning very rare items.
Without your help, the Enterprise would have been a goner. Speaking of, looks like the Midas array is now under quarantine. The array has been overtaken by the Chimerans. We're starting to recognize more of their signals over long-range sensors. It's not looking good, I'll give you that. But I'm confident we've made progress today.
Why are we just ignoring the
before
threat
you
that the
go,
Chimerans pose?
On my bridge, one of the Etherean drones said something to me that took me aback. It's as if it knew who I was. My life story. I think you know what I'm getting at. I'm lucky to be alive.
Tassine Fey, few some of the crew members. I noticed the same on board the Fortescue. You have my condolences, Captain. Their sacrifice won't be in vain.
Just the person I wanted to see. I hear things got a little out of hand at the Midas Array, but it seems to me like the mission was still a success. Tassine Fey has been extracted and remanded to one of the station's brigs. As for the Harmony, the Alliance has some conflicting opinions on its eventual fate if we ever get hold of it. Chancellor Laurel believes we should return for it and tow it to Kittimer for joint observation. Proconsul Detan believes the Cooperative should supervise the ship from a distance, and that Director Hugh is best placed to oversee such an operation. I'm not sure where I stand myself. Proposals are already landing on my desk, from living exhibit at Memory Alpha to destroy the thing.
Destroy it!
I understand your actions today saved countless lives. Starfleet commends you. We knew you'd be the right person for the job.
Woohoo, that lithium ore!
You fought valiantly aboard the Fortescue and the Harmony. It is a pity we withdrew. We could have taken these chimerans. Some say these creatures are able to terraform entire Borg cubes. If the tales are true, then they are foes worthy of song. I would gladly give my life to see such an abomination with my own eyes. Wouldn't you?
You might be in luck. I have a feeling this won't be our last encounter with the Chimerans, Captain.
Thank you for repairing the Lleiset. That ship means more to me than words can say. As for what the Etherians intended to do with our Singularity Core, I'd rather not speculate too much. My science officer, Neril, will be drawing up a full report. Suffice to say, it is clear they intended to use the Midas Array to their advantage somehow. They seem focused on sabotaging and acquiring new technology. Not unusual for the Borg, I suppose.
Well, it looks like the Chimerans beat them to it. Let's hope Nerel's report provides us with some more data. What if the Etherians were purposefully sabotaging all of our stuff so that the Chimerans couldn't get their hands on it? If they knock out the Midas Array, Chimerans can't have it. We could just be caught in the middle of this fight.
Thanks for checking back in with us. This was quite a mission, and I have a feeling our efforts have only just begun. My own de-assimilation bordered on traumatic. I ended up bringing my individuality back to.
It was closer to the Borg cube than it was to us.
Very ill prepared for it. It caused widespread chaos and violence. We need to be careful about how.
At least that's my takeaway from it.
Perhaps defusing Tassine Fey alone was for the best. I shudder to think of a galaxy full of unfused Etherians who, well, lack guidance.
He's not wrong. Liberating a Borg is no joke, and the start is the worst of it. But what first seems like a curse eventually becomes a gift. During my time aboard Voyager, I learned the value of individuality, but also the strength of personal connection. In the end, it became apparent to me that you don't need a hive mind to understand the real meaning of unity. Anyway, I'm glad we had you along for the ride today. It's easy for us liberated Borg to get carried away when dealing with another collective. It's so personal, you need someone with a fresh perspective to keep you level-headed.
I can't imagine how difficult it is to defuse an unwilling Borg Queen, but I'm glad we stayed united.
How are you doing, Tassine Fey?
She's refused to talk so far.
Give her time. Patience. It'll get better.
You know, I've been where you are right now. Longing to go back to a chorus of comforting voices. Frustrated at my lack of agency. But in the end, liberation was the only way forward. It gave me back so many things that I'd forgotten I needed. I see you remain unconvinced. But what's so different between being controlled by an ether and being told what to do by the Alliance until you can make up your own mind? At least once you're liberated, you'll be free to decide how to live your life. That's more than what I got at times. Well, I'll be back same time tomorrow, Tassine Faye.
Tefay.
What did you say?
Tefay was my name. Tassine is just a title.
Right. Queen.
No. We have no corporeal queen. Defusing me was pointless. You achieved nothing.
What we achieve is helping you. And every other drone. One person at a time. Until every Borg is liberated. And no one is left behind.
Irrelevant. Impossible. Someone is always left behind. That is why the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Well, maybe. But the whole would be nothing without all of its parts. I hope that in time you'll see that.
That's deep.
Same time tomorrow. Tefay.
Man. That cutscene is so freaking great. And that is the mission.
I'm contacting you from Deep Space Nine to report that our mission has been a partial success. Tassine
God,
Faye
every time
is
I play through this
under our
mission,
supervision in making
I
progress.
freaking love it.
Slowly but surely. Although it appears she's not the Ethereum Borg Queen after all. Seven is working together with the Alliance to oversee her diffusion process, and we expect answers soon. The process has been both a strain on the station psychologically and in terms of resources. It's clear Tassine Faye does not trust us yet. As for the Midas Array, I received a report from Commander Jirok's Science Officer Narrow. It appears the Etherians were attempting to use both the array and the Lleiset Singularity Core to open a rift in space-time. It's difficult to understand their motives. We are unable to collect more data for now, as both the Midas Array and the Harmony are swarming with Chimerans. The Alliance has sent some of their best fleets over to contain the situation, but reports of Chimerans have already surfaced from other systems. Seven and I will reach out to our allies to understand who we can call in to assist with these Chimeran incursions. I'll contact you if any more information comes to light. Do not hesitate to do the same, should we be of use to you.
Thanks, Hugh. But alrighty, guys, with that, we are going to wrap up the stream here for the night. It has been a whole hell of a lot of fun getting to run through Best Laid Plans again and do another deep dive into the lore. I think the next time we're on, we're going to be doing probably a bit of Fujiwara effect since that was brought up, and trying to sort out a couple of our theories for the night. Massive, massive shout outs to both Flo and Jeremy for joining us here. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I am loving the new mission. It is so much fun. If you enjoyed the stream and want to see more, consider dropping a follow here on Twitch and a subscription over on YouTube. It helps the channels grow every single day, and you know I always appreciate it. We have a Discord where we get up to all kinds of trouble. The link to that is in chat, discord.gg/Endeavor Studios, and you can find that link and many, many more at our main website, www.endeavorgaming.com. But alrighty, that's all I've got for the night, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your evening and a great weekend. As always, you have been live with Endeavor Gaming, and remember to keep calm and game on.